Vanakkam, Namaste, greetings to all. Every day we gather here to conduct powerful meditation for world peace and harmony, unity, peace of mind, and overall health and well-being in the world. I would like to mention that we can be proud that we have achieved 1,242 days of meditation. Currently, we are doing 3 times a day. There is UK timings 9:30 a.m., 11 a.m., and 8 p.m., including talks for which are of educational value to many people. We are grateful to all those who have contributed to this achievement, including PSSM Europe, PSSM Global. We truly appreciate your presence and dedication. Now I will hand over this platform to Tara Master from London. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Sri Kandaraja Master. Vanakkam, Namaste, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today is Saturday, 28th September 2024. I'd like to share a quote. Thanks for always taking care of us and reassuring us that all of us are doing okay. You are the world's best teacher. Thank you for everything. They guide us, they support us, they inspire us, they teach us. Today is the day to thank them and say, Happy Teachers' Day. I'm really pleased to tell you that this is the 20th Youngsters Program. We are now going to do meditation for 10 minutes. Thank you.
Vanakkam, Namaste, greetings to all. I welcome you to our youth meditation. Please sit comfortably. If you are sitting on the floor, please use a blanket. Please remove your glasses and relax yourself. Interlace your fingers like this. Cross your feet like this. Gently close your eyes. Observe your simple, natural, easy breath. We are going to do meditation for 10 minutes. There will be gentle music at the background. By hearing it, please be with your breath, masters. Final 5 seconds, masters. Please bring your awareness back to your body. Gently place your hands on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please open your eyes very gently. We did a powerful meditation. For the gratitude, let's clap our hands.
We thank everyone who took part in our group meditation. When we meditate as a group, it helps to generate a social force that spreads across all nations and around the world. Our sincere thanks to Melissa Master who conducted the meditation, Sudarshini Master who provided us beautiful Brahmrshi Patriji music, and Srikanda Raja Master who is live streaming our session. Also to everyone who took part in our group meditation today. We would also like to thank PSSM Tamil Europe, PMC Tamil TV, which is part of PSSM Global. May the whole world be blessed with peace, harmony, and prosperity. I hand this platform to Tara Master. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Darashin Master and Melissan Master. Your family is always helping me. Thanks a lot. And welcome, Asia from the Egypt group from India. Nice to see you here. First up, we have Rohan Mehra from India. He will talk about, one second. He will talk about life is the best teacher. Over to you, Rohan Mehra, Master.
Yeah, am I audible, everybody? Am I visible?
Yeah, can hear you. Thanks.
Thank you. Hello, everyone from all parts of the world, and I am Rohan Mehra. I've been on this forum before, and when Tara gave me this opportunity again, I grabbed it with both hands. Thank you so much for that, Tara.
That's all right.
And what better occasion than Teachers' Day? And having been a teacher myself, I felt that over a period of my time, life has perhaps been the best teacher. And it's something which was a teacher to all of us. We may be a 5-year-old, we may be a 50-year-old, but what life teaches, I guess nothing else teaches. I would want to start with a very small quote, and this is from Shakespeare's books, where he says that life is not Midsummer Night's Dream, nor is it Tempest. Life is a comedy of errors to be lived as you like it. And I feel that's the true definition of life for all of us. Sometimes we don't find it too tempting. Sometimes we find it, okay, it's a big pain, so many issues, so many problems. Sometimes we find, okay, fine, this is how life is, let's live with it. But the bottom line, right? Life is as you want to live it. I guess all of us, have been on this journey. There's a start point, there's an end point, and every small step in this journey teaches us so much. And this journey is not complete without so many people who are a part of this journey. When we are born, it's our parents, our family. When we go to school, it's our teachers out there. Then we make new friends. We get to know more colleagues. We join offices. We start our own families. Different people come in, move out of our life, but our journey continues. I guess what life teaches us is the true essence of reality, that there is nothing more true than life. We began from a seed, we'll go back to becoming a seed. And it is this journey which will be a lesson, a chapter we all will remember. And it's not just made of one chapter. There are so many chapters which are involved in it. And at every chapter, there's something for me to learn. So, can I, in other words, call life to be a classroom? A classroom which teaches so many different subjects. A classroom which teaches us geography, maths, science, but in its own sweet way, in its own different way. If you ask me one word that I have to describe, at school, I remember one of the most important questions people used to ask, who is the strictest teacher in school? Right? Which teacher do you feel, is being very strict with you? And in life, if I have to say, I have to just say one thing, that teacher's mistakes. They say, till you don't make a mistake, you are never going to learn. There is no stricter, there is no better teacher than mistakes. And therefore, what I want to tell today's generation is don't fear making mistakes. Nobody's perfect. We all have grown. We all have progressed by making mistakes. To err is human, but to learn from that is what is most important. So everything, let me just pick up a subject. Let's say maths, right? When I sit and calculate how much time do I have to work on this project that Tara has given me, or when I think in terms of, okay, fine, how much money do I need to earn so that I can live a satisfied life, but at the same point of time, give time to my family and friends? Isn't that maths? When I want to travel the world, when I want to experience new people, new places, see new locations, isn't that geography? When every day I interact with so many strangers who tomorrow would become my friends, isn't that the best way of learning how to deal with society? When I keep remembering, oh, I had done this the last time, and this time I should be more careful and I should be, more attentive to something, isn't that history? So the point is, at every point of time, we are learning something. The most unique thing for me about life is, unlike the regular syllabus, right? Most chapters in life are unknown. So they come with that novelty factor because I don't know what chapter am I going to learn tomorrow. But the moment I start taking this, that yes, somewhere something which is written for me will always be in a positive way. So every chapter will unfold with a lot of learnings rather than me worrying and cribbing about, oh my God, what will happen tomorrow? Right? I don't know what's in fold for me. I don't have control over things. So why, rather than worry and crib about things that you don't have control on, rather concentrate on things that you can control. Small things in life, anxiety, worry, stress, right? There's a very, odd word which might say that stressed is, if spelled the other way around, it's desserts, right? Both are not good for health. But why fret over something which is not good for your health? I guess everybody out here, and the beautiful way that you'll start the program every now and then, right, gives me that whole idea that other than being within yourself, other than trying to be the best version of yourself, there is no better way of being anything. We all lead different lives. My life is different, your life is different, somebody else's life is different. But each life story is a learning example. Each life interaction is a learning example. I mean, I would have never thought that I would have interacted with Tara over a session in another meeting altogether, and she would have invited me for a speech, to give a short speech here. But our lives crossed, right? And here we are talking in front of each other. I would have never, got thought that I would have been in front of such a beautiful forum, but I got this opportunity. I don't know what next. So let's try and understand what we've learned in life, that there is a plus and there is a minus. And it's only when both of them get together do we actually have a success story. And no success story is written without faults. No success story is written without mistakes. No success story is written without experiences. So, my advice to all my young friends is experience life, experience these moments, enjoy life, enjoy these moments. I guess all of us will agree that the biggest fun or the best moments in life are the small gifts and the small joys. Just imagine that Santa Claus leaving that toy for you under the Christmas tree. I cannot think of a better joy in life throughout the year. Or just a simple thing of you hunting for something and then by chance finding that old chocolate you had kept in the fridge long time back. There's no bigger joy than that. You don't have to earn $1 million. You don't have to be the CEOs of companies. You don't have to touch the top of the horizon just to get that joy. It's these small joys which will club up together and become the best joys in life. If given a chance today, I would want to relive all of these joys, continue living all of these joys, because I feel it is these joys which will give me the courage to impart more joy to the world. And I guess there's no better gift that my life can give to any one of you is that provide a small little joy or a joyful feeling. If I'm able to do that, my mission is accomplished. My purpose for speaking today is accomplished. So I believe, if I have to conclude, that life once lived will never return. Sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes good, sometimes bad. But at the end of the day, as I said in the beginning, live as you like it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Rohan Master. That was a hearty and thorough presentation. I know
Thank
you're very busy as well. Thank you for taking the time out to come and join us.
Thank you so much for
And
this opportunity.
thank you. Next, we have Arunachaleshwari Master from USA. She will talk about lessons outside the classroom. Arunachali Master? Yeah. Amara Master, you're next after her. Okay. Over to you.
Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity. I am honored to be here with you all on this special occasion. Am I audible clearly? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so as we gather here to explore the opportunities present for the young people in today's world, I find it's essential to acknowledge the profound role a teacher plays in shaping these opportunities for us. In this rapidly changing world we live in, we have easy access to endless possibilities like technology advancements. We have global connectivity. Everything is on our fingertips, the wealth of knowledge at our fingertips with this internet. However, it's the values and the life skills and the skills that we have learned from our teachers that enables us to grab these opportunities. We in our life we have come across many teachers since the time we started going to school. We might not listen to our parents during that time. We might not listen to our siblings, but we always listen to our teachers. Because when we get into a class at that tender age that we are at, 3 or 5, something changes when we look at a teacher. The teacher builds that bond with us. It's that bond, it's that trust we place in our teacher, it's that connection with our teacher makes us learn so many things. Like, you all must be knowing the story of Eklavya, how he learned from his guru Dronacharya. He wanted to learn archery from Dronacharya, but because he was not born in a royal family and in that particular caste, he couldn't become his student. What he did, he made an idol of Dronacharya and learned archery on his own. So it's because he developed that connection, and because of his dedication and that connection that he developed, he learned archery. And later, Dronacharya accepted him as a student. And then what happened? How was this possible? This was all possible only because the connection that he developed, the bond that he had with his guru. He accepted him as his guru, and his lesson here is the lesson here we see in this story is very profound. While the world only sees the teacher and a student, the dedication and the teacher's wisdom here, though he is not present there physically, he is still imparting his wisdom. And Dronacharya is also accepting him as a student in later stage, but without any doubt, Eklavya continued his journey of learning. So under Dronacharya's mentorship later, Arjuna honed all his skills and he became the greatest archer of his time. But this wasn't about just the technical mastery of archery. Dronacharya taught Arjuna the discipline, the focus, and the resilience that is needed in life. These qualities helped Arjuna later to face many challenges that life threw at him. So, Dronacharya's teachings shaped Arjuna's destiny and made him, a great warrior and a leader. We all have teachers in our life. I'm sure many of our teachers have inspired us, not just academically to learn the subjects, social science, math, but we might have learned so many other things. Like, I give an example. In my school, I had a teacher who was very strict, but he was always on time. He was always on time to school and to our class. He was never late. So looking at that quality, we learn that, okay, this is a good habit to be on time. And there was another teacher who used to teach us English subject in my school. And he was very friendly with us. He used to teach it in a very playful way, like being a friend with us. So that used to make me feel so joyful in his class. So these are the things we learn. These things touch us deeply, being a student to such great teachers. So think about the patience a teacher shows when a student is struggling. How a teacher encourages when a child is hesitant to try, and how a teacher teaches him to, be disciplined. These are the life skills that we learn and that mold the student's journey, preparing them for the future. It's not just exams, but in the life that we have to exhibit all these life skills. So this is why I believe a teacher's role in shaping a student's future is so profound. They are not just preparing a child for their next grade, next level, but they're preparing them for life. Every lesson, every interaction leaves an imprint. Every single kind word that a teacher says, it leaves a profound impression on the child's, whole life. It stays with, let's say, a compliment a teacher gives, because that's the trust and that's the connection a student builds with the teacher. So it is invisible power of a teacher. Long, after the school ends, we leave the classroom, and then we go home. But then even if our parents said something, they say, no, my teacher said this, I will do this. So that's how a student is connected to a teacher. And we in PSSM, we don't follow any Guru Shishya Parampara. Patriji says, we are all masters. We learn from each other. And a beautiful quote from him here is, a teacher is a guide who opens the doors to wisdom, helping us see beyond the ordinary and discover the extraordinary within ourselves. This is, I find, a very beautiful quote on this special occasion that we're celebrating on Teachers' Day. Let us all honor teachers who have shaped not only our knowledge, but our spirits. In our spiritual path, we come across many teachers. I would say Patriji is one such great entity for me, and for all of us in this PSSM. He has not taught things by teaching orally. He showed us. He is, by being that, by showing us how we should conduct ourselves, how we should be, how we should live our life. He didn't tell anything orally much. He gave us many concepts, not as a teacher, not as a guru, but then as a spiritual guide. So, yeah, let us remember all that we have learned from him. My deepest gratitude on this occasion to Patriji, that he has given us a great bhandar of wisdom in our life. Let's all take at least a simple concept every day, be aware of ourselves. And yes, thank you for this opportunity, Tara.
Thank you very much, Arunachaleshwari Master. That was an abundant presentation. Thank you so much for waking up extra early too. Okay, and next we have Amara Master from India. He is the son of Ayappa and Anita Master. Over to you, Amara Master, to play a wonderful piece when you're ready.
Namaste everyone. Namaste everyone.
Namaste.
Today I am playing tabla for some time. Thank you everyone.
Tara ma'am, can you hear?
Yeah, yeah, it's perfect. Thank you. Wow, Amara Master, that was really wonderful, impressive piece of tabla playing. Congratulations. Well done, Amara Master. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tara ma'am, for this great opportunity.
You're very welcome. I hope you'll come again. Thank you, Amara Master.
Thank you.
Namaste, Dr. GK.
Yeah. Namaste, Tara. Namaste.
You can say something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to say something about our program, GK?
Okay.
Yeah.
You can-
So it's very nice to see all the children, and thanks to Amara for nice tabla music. Really, it's very wonderful and soothing. Hope your father is there nearby. Pronouns to him. And for all the children, the standard message by Patriji always I like and I admire it. You have to indulge in 5 things. The only 5 things you need to do until the age of 21 or so. The first one, Atalu, playing. With the physical body, you need to play a lot, different games and sports. And then Patalu means singing. A lot of singing you have to do, music, arts, culture, everything one has to adopt and then practice. Patalu. And then third one, the middle finger, Chadulu, means education. You have to read the material education, whatever you want to become, like doctor, engineer, lawyer, whatever you want to become. You need to do the education by going to the school regularly. And then fourth one is works, the index finger. So Panulu means works. Small works you have to do at home, the gardening, watering, helping in the kitchen. So small works you need to do. So Atalu, Patalu, Chadulu, Panulu. So playing, singing, education, and then the fourth one, works. And the final one, the thumb finger, which is the key finger, that is meditation, dhyanalu. One has to do meditation equal to the age minutes every day. So if you do follow all these 5 things regularly, you will be the happiest person, and you can connect to angels and masters and then live a wonderful life by understanding your purpose. You also happy, and your parents and your friends, everybody will be happy around you. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Wishes for your bright career and future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. GK. Very nice speech. Next, we have Melissa Master from Canada. She will talk about chakras. Over to you, Melissa Master.
Greetings to all of you. I am Melissa. Today, I will talk about chakras. Even though we can only see our physical body, we actually have 7 bodies. These bodies are all connected and work together to energy centers called chakras. Each body helps with different things like feelings, thoughts, and even your spirit, all keeping us balanced and healthy. Our body has about 200,000 nerves, which are like tiny tubes that carry energy. The most important nerve is the spinal cord. It runs from the bottom of your spine to the top of your head. This is a main path for energy in your bodies. On this cord, we have 7 main chakras. These 7 chakras are crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus chakra, sacral chakra, and root chakra. Root chakra. The root chakra is located at the bottom of your spine. It makes you feel safe and strong. A blocked root chakra can cause body issues and make you fearful, anxious, and insecure. Sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is located below your belly button. It helps you feel happy and creative. If this chakra is blocked, you might feel guilt and pain on your back area. Solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is located in your stomach and gives you confidence and makes you feel strong. If this chakra is blocked, you may have stomach issues, feel tired, powerless, and out of control. Heart chakra. The heart chakra is located in your chest. It helps you feel love and kindness. If this chakra is blocked, you may have heart problems, sleep issues, or feel distant. You will also struggle with love and feel grief. Throat chakra. The throat chakra is located in your throat. It helps you speak and listen well. If this chakra is blocked, you may get throat issues or thyroid problems. Suppressing emotions or lying can also affect this chakra. Third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is located on your forehead, between your eyes. It helps you think and see clearly. If this chakra is blocked, you might get eye problems, headaches, dizziness, or infections. You could also feel stressed, confused, or unhappy. Crown chakra. The crown chakra is located at the top of your head. It helps you feel connected to the world. If this chakra is blocked, you might have headache problems with your eyes or feel sad and scared. You may also feel lonely and have a hard time being open-minded. Chakras help us stay balanced. All chakras are connected. Issues in one can affect the other. As we evolve, new challenges may emerge in different chakras. It's essential to consider physical, emotional, and spiritual health together. Practicing breath meditation can effectively balance and harmonize all chakras. This understanding about chakras can lead to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Thank you for the chance to participate. Learning about chakras was fun and insightful. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much, Melissa Master. Wonderful presentation about chakras. Can you believe that she is only 8 years old, everyone? Very useful to know, smashing. And next we have Devna Master from London, Bristol. She will talk about Forever Superhero. Over to you, Devna Master.
Hello, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay. Can you share it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can everyone see this?
Yes. Thank you.
Before I begin, I would like to thank Dara Master for giving me this opportunity to participate in this forum. Now, I am Devna Saravanan, and we're going to be talking about Forever Superheroes. From the beginning of time, we know about Spider-Man, and now it's come to Wonder Woman and Iron Man and Batman. But there are some human beings that will forever be our superheroes. Yes, you've guessed it, it's our teachers. Before we begin, I would like to know who are your favorite teachers and bring back some memories and why are they your favorite teachers. I'm going to give us 1 minute to share with me and everyone else who are your favorite teachers. You can type in the chat if you would like. Any memory that you have of any teachers that you really enjoyed working with? Our master has put music teacher and English teacher and my parents. That is wonderful. And as I was saying, it doesn't have to be your subject teacher. It can be anyone who has taught you something that you will remember for life. Anybody else? Okay. My sister. That is wonderful. I love my brother. He has taught me so many things. I totally get it. Okay, lovely. The time is up. Now, even if you don't have some teachers that you really like, we all must agree that we have learned something from every single one of them. Now, our teachers, they benefit us in so many different ways. Here are some of the main things that they really help us with. They teach us lifelong facts and they give us knowledge about what to do with our future. Now, I have a drama teacher. She loves spreading life learning and quotes with us that she has learned throughout life. And it really impacts my confidence in how I look to my future and how I view my career and how I view my school education and everything else. It motivates me to think more about it. It motivates me to explore more of my passions and my interests. It helps me be more social and more emotional and sympathetic, and empathy it creates is unbelievable. Now, teachers are like they're so cool. They're like behind the scene and they work all the time. Teachers work day and night to ensure that us students get the education and knowledge we need. I have absolutely so much respect for teachers, and I think we all need to take a moment to consider the way our teachers have impacted us in the way that nobody else could. Now, as I said that teachers benefit us, they don't only benefit the students, they also play a really crucial role in our community. They create different bonds and connections, and by passing their knowledge down the generation, it helps everyone learn more. They build communities and teach us what is right and wrong. They develop peace in society and shows us how important some education can really be. At the end of the day, however much we respect and value teachers, we need to take ownership for our responsibilities, for our successes, for our failures. And throughout life, you might have heard win and lose, but now it has become win and learn, as it is really important that we learn from our failures. I would like to end my slides with a beautiful quote that I found. Teaching is a profession that creates all other professions. Thank you so much. That's me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Devna Master. That was an enhanced presentation. You put a lot of work into it, I can tell. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And next we have Darshan Master from Canada. He'll talk about Abraham Lincoln. Over to you, Darshan Master.
Greetings to all of you. I am Darshan. Today I am going to talk about Abraham Lincoln. Who was Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States. He led this country during the American Civil War, and he was known for his leadership and efforts to abolish slavery. Early life and childhood. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in a small log house in Kentucky, America, to Thomas and Nancy Lincoln. Abraham had one older sister and a younger brother that died small. Abraham grew up in a poor family and had little formal schooling. Young adulthood. After his mother's death, the family moved to Indiana and then to Illinois. There, Abraham worked as a rail splitter, store clerk, postmaster, and surveyor. Despite limited education, Lincoln was a good reader and learned law on his own. He became a lawyer. He passed the Illinois bar exam in 1836 and began his legal career. He was known for his very argumentative legal arguments by showing a calendar in one of his legal arguments and proving that witnesses were wrong. Family life. Abraham married Mary Todd on November 4, 1842. He and Mary Todd got 4 sons, Robert, Edward, William, and Thomas Lincoln. But only one of his sons, Robert Lincoln, survived until adulthood. Early political career. Abraham was elected an Illinois state legislator in 1834 and served 4 terms. He supported transportation infrastructure like roads and canals, and he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1846, serving 1 term. Lincoln and slavery. Lincoln was personally opposed to slavery, but originally supported its containment rather than immediate abolition. Lincoln spoke out against outlawing slavery in new U.S. territories. He criticized the Supreme Court ruling that denied African Americans citizenship. Lincoln challenged Stephen A. Douglas for the Illinois Senate seat. He was opposed to the spread of slavery, but did not call for immediate abolition. Although Abraham Lincoln got the Senate race, the debates gained national attention. Presidential election of 1860. The Republican Party. Lincoln became the Republican Party's nominee for president opposition. He won the presidency with 40% of the popular vote, mainly from the North. His election triggered the secession of the Southern states, heading to a civil war. Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War. The Civil War begins on April 1861, after the attack on Fort Sumter. The key decisions Lincoln had to do is expand presidential powers, include suspending habeas corpus, which means slaves in the Union. Generals. He struggled to find an effective military leaders until Ulysses S. Grant. The Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation declared that all slaves in Confederate-held territory were free. This changed the war's focus to ending slavery and allowed African Americans to fight for the Union. Legacy. He paved the way for the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery. Assassination and death. Lincoln was assassinated on April 14, 1865, at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. His assassin was John Wilkes Booth, a Southern sympathizer that wanted to kill Abraham and his vice president so that a Southern would be president. The impact was that Lincoln died the next morning, April 15, 1865. John Wilkes Booth was also shot by soldiers in a barn where he was staying. Lincoln's legacy. Lincoln's legacy involves the abolition of slavery and his enduring influence. The abolition of slavery was that after his death, the 13th Amendment was passed and that ends slavery in the United States. His enduring influence. Lincoln's speeches, leadership, and vision for equality continue to inspire people worldwide. I am thankful to have this chance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Darshan Master. That was a truthful and trusting presentation. Awesome work. Well done to you. Next and last, we have Ochista Master from Canada. He'll talk about the psychology of my mind. Ochista Master?
Yeah. Have you ever found yourself in the situation where you've just had a large meal and you know you should go do some work? However, you see that small cookie on the table and it seems so tempting. Deep down, you know that you shouldn't have it, and you know that it's better to maybe save it for later, maybe a later time in the day or another day, since it is not as healthy for you, but you decide to have it anyway. Or have you ever found yourself coming home from school very tired, but you know you have to do some work? And you sit down on your table and you want to do some work, get some homework done, but then you fall asleep. Or what about this? Have you ever walked down the street and seen a homeless person, or maybe someone in need of help, but you walk past them saying somebody else will help them, or I'm too busy, I have to get to work? These are all common behavioral patterns that are seen on a day-to-day basis and are things that we do on a day-to-day basis as humans. However, these behavioral patterns can be analyzed by psychology. Psychology is a scientific study that analyzes the mind and behavior, and it studies both the conscious and subconscious mental processes of humans and non-humans. And so, hi everyone, my name is Uchizda, and thank you so much for this opportunity. As a student, I have studied psychology over the last 2 years in my school, and I've seen how important the course is, and I wanted to share some of my own learning and the importance of psychology through the following concepts. To start off, psychoanalysis. This is a concept that was introduced by a famous psychologist named Sigmund Freud. And what he came up with was this Freud's iceberg model. And what he stated was this iceberg here represents the mind. And he splits the mind into the conscious and unconscious mind, where the unconscious mind represents the iceberg below the water, and the conscious mind is the iceberg above the water. You may or may not know this, but in real life as well, the iceberg is mostly submerged, which shows that most of our mind is actually unconscious or subconscious, and we just don't realize it. The unconscious mind consists of those deep thoughts that we don't really think about, stuff that may come up in our dreams, for example. Whereas the conscious mind is stuff that we think about on a day-to-day basis. He also came up with 3 major terms that split our mind, including the ego, id, and superego. And I'm sure some of you have heard of the term ego, but you may not have heard of id or superego. To help give you a better understanding, take a look at the image on the right. In this image, you can see a man looking to the left and right with an angel and devil on his shoulders. I'm sure you've seen a movie where a character is trying to make a decision and ends up seeing an angel or a devil pop up on their shoulder, trying to convince them to do one action or another. This is exactly what id and superego is. The id represents the devil in our mind, the deep thoughts and deep wants and needs that we really have. And the superego represents that angel, that part of our mind that knows what's right, the morals, and things that we should do. So let's come back to that cookie example. You know you've had a big meal and you see the cookie, you really want it. So when you look at that cookie, the angel inside you, or your superego, tells you that you should act upon your morals. You know you've already had your meal and that the cookie is unnecessary, and so it's better to leave it for later. That is acting on what is right, or the superego. Whereas the devil, the id, will tell you, oh, nothing will really happen if you have that cookie, and it's really tasty. So you end up having it, and that's the id. And the ego is the person in between. The ego is the decision that is made after contemplating between the id and the superego. And this is Freud's iceberg model. And this model can truly demonstrate why we make one decision over another, such as why we have that cookie or we may not have that cookie. The next concept I'll be going over is conditioning. I'm sure some of you have heard of this word. Whenever you do some exercise, you may notice that you feel tired, you feel sore the next day. This is because you've conditioned your body. But over time, that soreness begins to decrease. You get used to the exercise because you're beginning to condition and adapt your body to the exercise. Similarly, in psychology, the types of conditioning include classical and operant conditioning. So there was a famous experiment conducted by a famous psychologist named Pavlov, and his experiment was called Pavlov's dogs. And what he did was he proved classical conditioning. Essentially, he took some dogs and he gave them food on a day-to-day basis. Now, what he noticed was every time he gave the dog food, the dogs were salivating because they wanted the food. So before the conditioning happened, there was an unconditioned stimulus, which was the food, and a natural response or an unconditioned response, which is the salivation of the dog, which is completely natural. Now, what Pavlov did was not only did he give the food, but every day before he gave the food, he would ring a bell, as seen in this image here. Every meal, he would ring a bell so that eventually, over time, the dog begins to associate the bell with food. And so one day, he gets rid of the food and just rings the bell. And as a result, he notices that the dog salivates in response. What happened here was once the bell becomes what he calls a conditioned stimulus, and the dog has a conditioned response, salivation. If you had rung that bell from the start, before he had done this experiment, the dog would have not done anything. It would have just sat there. However, because of that association or that conditioning, the dog begins to have a new response. The second type of conditioning is operant conditioning, and this was proven by a psychologist named B.F. Skinner. And his famous experiment was known as the Skinner box, where he had a box with a rat and a few buttons where if the rat pressed the buttons, they will get food. And what he noticed was once the rat pressed the buttons, it got food and began to realize that pressing the button will give it food. And so the difference between classical and operant conditioning is that classical conditioning refers to the association. So in the case of the dogs, the dog associated the bell with food. In this case, the behavior is reinforced. So every time the rat presses the button, it gets food and begins to realize that it should keep repeating that behavior of pressing the button to receive food. This is known as positive reinforcement. Let me give you an example. Let's say you've come home from school, you've done great on a test. Maybe your friends have congratulated you, your parents are proud of you. In this case, they're giving you positive reinforcement. They're congratulating you and praising you, and so as a result, you feel as though you want to repeat that behavior. In the future, maybe you'll study just as hard for a test so you can do well again. That is known as positive reinforcement. Now coming back to the Skinner box, there was also an electric grid in the box. So maybe the rat didn't press the button and they would give it a small electric shock, which is negative reinforcement. Thinking back to that same example with the test, let's say you come back home with a lower test score, and now your parents are disappointed in you, and so are you. That is known as negative reinforcement. Because you don't like that emotion, in the future you will try to study harder to avoid that behavior. Now, the final theory I would like to discuss is the bystander effect, and I'm sure this is something that a lot of us have felt. This is the same thing as why you would go to school and see bullying, but then completely avoid reporting it, or why you would see a homeless person on the street and not help them because you think you have better things to do. The bystander effect refers to the fact that you may ignore a situation and become what we call a bystander. So, have you ever gone to school, seen someone get bullied, and seen a lot of troubles happening, but you just end up avoiding the situation entirely? Why is that? Is it because you're a bad human and you don't want to help others? Or are there other reasons behind this? Well, there are four main reasons why people become a bystander. One is the diffusion of responsibility. Whenever you're in a setting with a lot of people, you feel less responsible because that responsibility is being split apart. Let's say you're in that same bullying situation, but you're the only one watching it. Maybe you will feel more guilty and more responsible. But if there were 10 people watching it, you will think, oh, they can help as well. So I can take a step back. The second reason is evaluation apprehension. Let's say you have a fear of being judged. Let me give you an example. Maybe you're trained in CPR and first aid, but you see someone choking on the street. You know you can help them theoretically, but you're scared that if you go and help them and mess up, that you will be judged by the others around you. So in order to avoid that judgment, you avoid the situation entirely, becoming a bystander. The third reason is pluralistic ignorance. Sometimes when you have a lot of people observing a situation, you begin to think that it's not an emergency. Coming back to that choking example, at first you may think that they really need help. But if 10 people are around you and nobody is really taking action, then you will begin to think that maybe you misunderstood the situation, or maybe it's not as important as you think it is. If nobody is taking action, maybe it's not an emergency, so you take a step back as well. The last reason is fear of personal harm. If you feel that your own safety will be put at risk due to stepping into the situation, you may avoid it as well. And those are the four main reasons. I want to end off this presentation by going over this quote here. Psychology is sometimes called a new science. This is quite wrong. Psychology is, perhaps, the oldest science, and unfortunately, in its most essential features, a forgotten science. As a student, I've studied psychology over the last 2 years, and I've come to appreciate how much it can show us about our own behaviors and others' behaviors. However, in the past, many have not considered psychology as a true science, like biology or chemistry. However, I hope that some of the experiments I've showed you have given you an idea of how important psychology can be. Since psychology can not only be applied to dogs or rats, but can help us understand why we do one thing over another. So, thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope you gain something about psychology. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uchista Master. That was lovely, interesting, and admirable presentation. Thank you so much for your hard work. I just want to check that Arcia Master is there. Would you like to sing a song for us? Kiran Mai Master. She's there, but her video's off. She'll start video later.
Just
Oh.
give me a moment.
Okay, thank you.
You can ask someone else meanwhile. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to finish it. That's why.
Oh, okay. Maybe next class she will sing. She's not prepared. That's why.
Oh, okay. No worries. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Next time she can sing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next youngsters program will be on Saturday, 26th of October at 11 a.m. UK time. Now I'll just read the chat box. Vinay Titan Master says to everyone, she sent some emojis. Dr. Sarah Sivaloganathan Master says, excellent music session. Thank you. Congratulations. User Master says, congratulations to all the participants. Amazing project, Tara Master. We should invite Tabla Master for every project. Very nice. Mahesh Master says, so wonderful, Amara Master. Anandi Baladasan Master says, way to go, Amara Master. Excellent performance. Keep on rocking. Dr. Sarah Sivaloganathan Master says, chakras are so simplified in your speech. Congratulations. Dr. Sarah Sivaloganathan Master says, my English teacher and biology teacher. Sugandha Master says, thank you, Tara Master, for organizing the youngsters program. Congratulations to all the masters who participated today. We have to all praise the children for their effort, and that will motivate and encourage them to try hard in their future. Dr. Sarah Sivaloganathan Master says, excellent talk on Abraham Lincoln. Thank you. Samsung SM Master says, excellent speeches by all the youngsters. Well done. You will definitely have a great future from Sarojini from Melbourne. Darashin Master says, thank you, Masters. And And Sarojini Master from Melbourne says, Tara, I salute you. You have invited such excellent young speakers. And Dr. Sarah Sivaloganath Master says, thank you for sharing your insight into psychology. Well done. Anandi Baladas Master says, Tara, you are an excellent ambassador, selecting wonderful students for this forum. Amara, Devna, Melissa, Derish, Uchista, Arunachalesri, all wonderful. Jaya Master says, all the masters are well done. Thank you very much. And now we go over to the feedback session. Would anybody like to share anything? Babu Master? Unmute, please.
Thank you, Tara Master. Thank you, all of you. I like to say congratulations to Tara Master and also all the participants for having given us such a wonderful pack full of program today, this morning. So let me give some compilation of all those events happened today. First, I came a little bit late on the meditation. I think it's meditation was done by Derishan and Melissa, I think. I may be wrong. But as usual, they must have done very, very nicely. I have seen them many times before. So congratulations to them. And you started with Rohan's talk. He talked about on the Teacher's Day about life. Don't be too tempted. It's a comedy of errors. Life is a comedy of errors. And not only he said, life is as you want to live. Life is as you want to live. Thank you, Rohan, for your wonderful 10 minutes talk. And then came Arunachalesri Master from USA on the Teachers' Day. She came out with teachers, and she mentioned about linking with Dhyanam, Patriji, and all sort of things, and how this can help you for the young children. Good advice from Arunachalesri Master. Thank you so much. Then came Amara Pinte. Is he Pindi here still there?
I'll just check.
Yeah, Amara Pindi.
No, I think he's gone.
He's gone. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Another 10-minute session of tabla, 3 different pieces he played. Fantastic. I was going to tell him that to say hello to his daddy. Anyway, he's gone now, so I think other people can listen. His performance was fantastic. And then came GK Master. GK Master mentioned about 5 fingers, and he mentioned about how we must continue and follow those 5 fingers and what he said. The other event came by Malaysia. Malaysia came with 5 chakras. I will tell you, Malaysia. Seven chakras, beg your pardon. The 7 chakras. I would tell you, Marsha, categorically that you gave us fantastic, simplified version of these chakras, 7 of them. We have heard them many times. That was a quick revision for us. It was really good. Where it is located, what does it do, and 3 different things, categories of every chakras, beautifully done, beautifully spelled out. Thank you, Melisha, once again. Then came Devana Master, say no more, from this Bristol lady. Ever smiling face, Davna. You, the 4 ever superheroes on a Teacher's Day, you chose the right stuff. What I liked about that was your speech was fantastic. What I liked about it best is teaching is a profession that creates other professions. I always say this. A teacher is the one who feels very happy when a student comes and says, sir, I am now doing this. And the teacher is the one who feels right from the bottom of his heart so happy about his student, Yes, it's true, very true. Then came Darshan, which talks about Abraham Lincoln, a great leader. Again, Darshan, as usual, you mentioned very well, very simplified way. You mentioned about Abraham Lincoln's life. He came from a poor family. He was sitting on road and he was writing on the back of the shovel, these lessons, a very poor family, and he became a leader of president of the United States. Well done, Darshan. Then came Ruti. I think his name is, I always get it wrong, Rushita Ratish, yeah? Rushida Rashish Master from Canada. Rushita. Yes. He mentioned about psychology. He talked about Fruit's iceberg model, and he also talked about the I think he mentioned all about 3 different categories, how to conditions, then the 2 different, the bystanders, 4 different types of bystanders effects. Everything was fantastic, really, really good. We must all take home what he said, about psychology. And he's showing himself as a psychology student for the past 2 years, and will be a great psychologist in helping the humanity, people in different needs. Thank you, Jessica, again. Ratish is your name, I suppose, yes? Is that right, Ratish? Ratish is your name?
Ratish is my last name.
Yeah, it's your last name. Okay, right. Jessica, right. Thank you. And finally, actually, the Pindi Master's other daughter couldn't come to play, unfortunately, so he will come next time. So, what can I say? Personally, I would say that this timekeeping was again a very good management by these youngsters. You are giving us a lot of things. We learned a lot of things. We are learning from you, and thank you so much. And come again next month, 26th of October. Thank you. Now I call Dara Master. Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Baba Master. Dr. Jagannathan Master, would you like to say something, please?
Thank you. Greetings to everyone. Once again, it was an enthusiastically presented program by the youth who are the future, who will determine our future or the future of mankind. My humble feeling is that whatever you study and learn, you must critically evaluate as well. In other words, I am a psychiatrist. I have myself asked this question: is psychology a science or an art? I think I am in favor of being an art, because science has a different meaning. I'm not saying this to challenge. And I recently read somewhere, and I need this to be shared with Uchisda Master, who is doing psychology studies. It says Freud never mentioned in any of his work of the iceberg model. It was subsequently biographers put it, because iceberg is a metaphor which is applicable for physical, things, entities. Mind is not a physical entity. So this division, conscious, subconscious, is a functionality. I mean, they give this example: when you learn a habit like cycling, you can cycle without thinking about it. But anytime with your will, you can bring it to your conscious. So which is more powerful? I mean, in this forum, people are often misled by saying subconscious or deep mind is powerful. No, conscious mind, you can bring it like breathing again. You can breathe without knowledge, but if you want, you can stop the breathing. You can enhance it with your consciousness, will. And in other words, the subconscious mind or activity is a phenomena which is associated with, in other words, a very good example he made, what is it called? Bystander effect. You can have bystander effect consciously or subconsciously. As you see something on the road, without even thinking, you will avoid, isn't it? So the subconscious mind does it for 2 reasons. One is to either protect for your safety, or sometimes to safeguard your ego, maybe in other circumstances. So this is what I think Freud had tried to explain. So iceberg model is a metaphor, but we shouldn't literally take it. It's my view. Because he's a psychology, studying psychology, I would like to get his views too. So this is important, that philosophy, spirituality is no different as far as I'm concerned. It is to what is PhD? Doctorate in philosophy is critical evaluation. Critical evaluation means you criticize as well at times where it's necessary, and take what is in essence. Jyotisha Master would like to listen to or get his feedback, or not feedback, views as well. So that's my humble opinion. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jagannathan Master. Just the Master, would you like to say anything to that? No?
Yeah, I completely agree. Like with the iceberg model, it's just a metaphor. Obviously, it's not that simple. That is just what like the psychologists back in the day observed. And obviously now it's more complicated. Whatever's in your unconscious mind eventually resurfaces in your conscious mind. My goal was to mainly just give an idea that these things exist and to consider, because it'll help understand why we act the way we act. But yeah, thank you so much for the feedback.
Thank you so much, just the Master. Bhavani Master, what would you like to say, please?
First of all, I must congratulate Tara to organize a wonderful presentation with all the youngsters. They did a wonderful job, and I can learn a lot of things from their speech, and they are talking about the teachers, and we also think about our teachers when they talk about their teacher, and it's a very good program, and keep it up, and well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bhavani Master. There's a few more messages in the chat box. Murugesu Master says, excellent performances. Thank you all participants. Prayer Master sent some emojis. Anandi Master says, we are still learning from these wonderful young talents. Gratitude to all young talents. Paramala Nagendra Master says, thank you, Tara Master and other young masters. Very, very beautiful session. Thank you so much for all your hard work. And Defna Master says, thank you for the wonderful comments. It keeps us motivated. Brilliant. Thank you very much. I think we can end the session now. See you next month in October.
Thank you.